you familiar with Sweeney Todd, the
The
musical?
Demon Barber of... Oops.
Where's
The
echo?
Demon Barber... I turned it off. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yes.
Yes, the musical?
Yeah, I saw it the
I
month.
haven't seen it, but I'm familiar
I
with
saw it the month it opened, October 1979, New York City. I had bought the tickets several weeks in advance, before it opened, and
it. 1979 is when it opened?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
center row orchestra seat. So it's been around for a while, and I was mesmerized. I thought the music was incredible. The inventiveness of the music was incredible. There are some, Stephen Sondheim was a very good musician, and I think most people think this is his best because the music is so unusual. Like that song I was singing was like, ugh.
Well, to me, that's how I felt about Hamilton when I saw it. It was like the first musical I saw where it doesn't seem like a musical. It seems like something I would actually like.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Well, I like musicals because there's like this compressed emotion in them.
But so many of them have this sort of predictable structure where you're like, I don't know. Especially
No.
now.
So many of them have predictable structure. And
Yeah.
you know what I don't like?
For the music, I mean.
And I know I actually have never seen Hamilton because, as you know, I'm a contrarian. So when
so
something
everyone else
becomes
likes Hamilton.
when
so you're not
everything,
gonna go,
well,
I know.
eventually I'll see it, but for now, it's like that jacket I wear all winter long, the little
Yeah.
safari vest.
Yeah.
Well, it's 15 years old, and it's it's beginning to show structural collapse. Like the
Structural collapse.
Yeah.
This is your secret way of weaving in structural collapse into our conversation.
No. But
Yes.
the fabric is just fraying kind of all over the place. So it's like there's no one place to patch. Why am I talking about that
Yes,
jacket?
because you're thinking you're
So I said, I have to replace the jacket. And so as I was flying cross country yesterday, I was on Amazon looking at the options. And of course, everybody wears puffer jackets. So what
is that the new thing? I did not
Yeah,
notice.
so what am I not going to do? I'm
not gonna
not going to wear a puffer jacket.
I'm very much the same.
So I found a khaki jacket with a orange fleece lining. Might look good. That I ordered, thinking it'll come close to replacing my beloved safari jacket. Although I'm still going to take it to the Korean laundry experts and see if they can figure out how to fix it. But I think it's a lost cause.
Well, I understand the impulse a lot, and I've as a grown up, Carmen, I've decided that periodically
Those are strong words. Oh.
I've decided that periodically I like things that other people like, and it's okay. But when I was in high school, I was very contrarian with fashion. And I could see, I obviously was a good observer, I could see what other was in fashion, but I wasn't going to do it. Plus, it was expensive as hell. It was the 80s. People were wearing members-only jackets.
Oh, yes.
And like khaki.
Yeah,
this whole preppy thing. And so for Halloween one year, it must have been my junior year or something, I decided I was going to dress up and do a makeover. Like, let my friend apply.
Is this when you did the pirate stuff?
No, the pirate stuff.
There's a picture you showed me once, and you described yourself as in your pirate phase.
Oh, I did. Yes, I did have a pirate phase. That's right. I forgot
I'm just quoting you.
I wanted to wear like bandanas on my hands as if they were injured. I don't know where it came from. I was compelled, but at this particular phase, it was Halloween, and I was like, okay. I asked one of my friends to dress me up like one of the trendy. The cool kids.
Yes.
So they did a whole makeover with makeup.
Yeah.
And I had my members only jacket because I borrowed it from someone, and I
Yeah.
did the thing. And I went to school that day. It's Halloween, so I'm thinking everyone's going to get it.
So is this high school?
This is high school. I'm thinking everyone's going to get it.
Oh, that you're in disguise.
That, obviously I'm in disguise. No one got it.
No one got it.
And they all
They
said,
just thought something wonderful
that's
happened
right.
to you.
They just said, you
Yes,
look great,
I
Julia.
know.
You should always wear makeup.
Yes.
You should always straighten your
That's
hair.
what they say. Yes.
No, you don't get it. I'm making fun of you.
lesson that time, didn't you?
Did not learn my lesson.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, I just in a way did. But yeah, exactly. So structural collapse. Do you want to talk a little about that? Or do we want to talk about it? What do we don't know what we're... as usual.
Structural collapse, or do you
It's
want to talk
couch
about
pandas.
rupture dynamics?
It's all the same, right? Those are two different names for the same...
No, I think structural collapse and rupture dynamics are different.
Don't rupture dynamics when fully seen through lead to structural
Yes,
collapse?
yes, they can. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, but
are
they
you
could
talking about...
also,
Do you want to talk about those two different phases? The dynamics and then the collapse and then the response to the collapse? Or are those three different phases?
I don't know, not really. It sounds kind of boring to me.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
All right, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, yay, yeah.
All right, good. That's off our list.
So it's January 7th,
Yeah,
2026.
it is.
Yes.
And we're doing one of our quarterly couch pandas where we sit around with each other and don't have a
And
guest.
fail to predict the future.
And we do, yes, but and this is we do them quarterly. We don't always try to predict, but in January we try to actually.
Yes,
do for
so
the
this
year.
is the quarterly one.
But for January, we like to predict. And last time, I don't know what we predicted. I think I predicted that everyone would be like me. Like,
Yes, yes.
everyone would wear bright colors and there would be lots of joy.
Well, you're wearing a bright color.
Well,
I'm wearing my
fulfilling my
usual
prophecy.
shades of
Yeah, you're
like
muted shades.
muted desert sort of stuff.
Carmen got these Pandas sweatshirts that look like this, but she's choosing colors like gray and muted rose and heather.
and heather green. Yeah.
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 So
Well, I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
have to get my own sweatshirts that are like neon pink.
God, I hate that color.
This one?
Well, yes.
I figured.
I mean,
It's two 80s for you, or it's
no, I don't associate it with a decade. I think I've always disliked it. I don't know. I just reject things that are stereotypically feminine.
I understand. Forever, I also rejected
Yeah.
this, and then I started liking, like rebelling
Although this
against
is
my-
actually a nice shade.
I agree.
Because it's not that neon. It's almost going toward purple.
Thank you.
Almost.
I agree. But also, I do a thing with like recipes that I myself have made and written down where then
Yeah.
I don't want to follow the recipe. So I'm doing a thing where I'm rebelling against like myself.
Yes, your
And
own.
so
yeah.
I'm like my own. It's like first half of my life was like I will never be feminine, and
Uh-huh.
now I'm like I shall wear pink sometimes, and, like flowers, and maybe wear earrings periodically. So
I never liked wearing jewelry. Ever, ever, ever. And my ears were pierced.
have they grown over?
No. When they were pierced, probably within my first 6 months.
Oh, so yeah,
Because
of course,
that's-
because you're a Puerto Rican.
Because
baby.
that's what Spanish
Yeah, you had the
babies
little, like,
do,
You
you
had
know?
little like diamond
Yes.
studs.
Yeah. And I think I come by my dislike of jewelry honestly because my grandmother, Doña Julia,
Oh yeah, you are.
what a
Julia.
wonderful, wonderful woman. She didn't seem to like jewelry either.
Yeah.
And I never saw her wear it. And no rings. Of course, she never married, so she didn't really need to wear any rings. But, I once told some Anglo friends, it's a very funny, I once was saying, having a conversation, and I was saying, oh, my grandmother, somehow this came up. I said, my grandmother never married. And really, for an instant, they were confused as to, well, if she never married,
How did
she
you have a child?
how did she have children? And I'm like,
do you not? Do you not?
wow, this is,
What are we in Victorian England?
oh my goodness. Yeah, so she didn't like wearing jewelry, and I didn't like it either. And I was in LA, as you know, earlier this week for a taping of The Unexplained with William Shatner.
We've both been on this show now,
Which is
exciting.
this episode is supposed to be about top secret projects, and I guess I'm an expert on
Like,
top secret
basically, Carmen
projects.
spilled all the beans.
No, I didn't. I spilled very few beans. But when you go into the shooting, you have to do hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I had a very nice and understanding makeup woman.
Yeah.
And her name was, and I know I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. It was like gazelle, but not quite gazelle. So it was
Giselle or something?
no, it wasn't a je, it was a gazelle. Like
Guzzle.
It was
Almost like the emphasis was on the first syllable.
yeah,
Yeah.
guzzle. Anyway, so she did a very nice job, and well, you'll see when you see the episode. But I felt like I looked myself, which I hate when people make you up. And what is it that you told me once that your husband Brooks said that women would rule the world if
On our very first date, which is like he won me over completely. I
Yeah.
was dating like 5 guys, and that was it. Like not seriously dating them, but like internet dating. And we go on this date. His sister is there, and we're just getting to know each other because his sister's the one who set us up. And he said, I always thought women would rule the world if you guys would stop wearing high heels and putting on makeup.
yes,
I'm like, you're right.
yes,
I never have liked
absolutely,
makeup.
yes.
And high heels, like I'm 6 feet tall. Like, where do I need to go?
Yeah. Now, did you ever pluck your eyebrows in your life?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I was telling the.
I mean, but also I was gifted with this sort of. I mean, like I'm a white person who like has a nice. I'm not Greek or anything. I have this nice.
I didn't know that was a white person thing.
There's a
What
lot
are we
of
talking
like
about?
when people pluck their eyebrows, it's
Yeah.
often to look like white women.
I hadn't
Because
thought
we
of
have this
that.
separation between our eyebrows and they're kind of thin. And,
Oh,
know what I mean?
so
Nothing's
so
bushy
basically,
about this.
Northern Europeans. Can
Yeah.
we use that category?
Yeah.
Northern Europeans
have this
have a
separation.
natural non-unibrow.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like Frida Kahlo. Look, I'm drinking from a Frida
Uh-huh.
Kahlo cup.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She was always made fun of for her unibrow.
Yeah.
But like, she's not Northern
Yeah.
European.
So one of the few things that are feminine that I actually enjoyed doing was plucking my eyebrows. There was something about the fine detail work that appeals to, I guess, what you would call the OCD
nature.
style.
Everyone
of my,
has a little bit
a
of
little
OCD.
OCD.
Yeah.
And about 2 years ago, I went like, I'm turning 70. Why the hell am I still doing this? And so,
Your eyebrows are
and so
beautiful
I
also.
stopped. And well, they're a little kind of uneven. Now that I stopped, they're, as we age,
Yeah. Our asymmetries come out.
that is profound.
In many
as,
ways.
as we age, our asymmetries do come out,
Yeah.
and also our hair stops coming out. I mean,
Yeah.
for men, so many men, sadly, it's very obvious. For women, usually it's more subtle.
I don't know if it's sad for men. I think the bushy eyebrows and ears, I find it really attractive. It's like an Einstein look. But I'm like a scientist person. I'm like, look up to Einstein. I'm like, if you look like Einstein, that's very attractive.
Well, I was reading somewhere, you've reminded me, that, men that have a lot of hair growing under their ears have a hard time singing because because the hair in their ear affects how
their
they
pitch.
hear pitch. And so when they can't hear
But if you're used to hearing like that, you adjust to that. I mean, if you care about the feedback.
I think we're going to have to look at opera or other good singers and see
Yeah.
what the hair situation is.
Well, I think if you're used to not having any hair in your ear, like you have okay. So your auditory system has a map of how the sounds show up.
Yeah.
The spectrum shows up. This frequency
Actually, I'm
spectrum shows up.
speaking right to your area of expertise.
Right,
aren't
I know. So I'm like, your auditory cortex is gonna learn how your ear is shaped. So like, here's this. I have tiny little apricot ears. Like they're teeny tiny. When I go to the audiologist, she's like, "Oh, I have to use my pediatric little things, or else
Really?
your ear canal will collapse." Which is why, by the way, I applied for a job and they did an hearing test, and afterwards they're like, "Can you hear me?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "What if there were a fire alarm? Could you hear the fire?" I'm like, "Why are you yelling?" And it's because I failed the test by like 20 decibels. So it looked like I had profound hearing loss because they didn't use the pediatric ear canal things. So anyway, you get used to how your ears are working. And your auditory cortex has a map of that. So if you have hair in there and it's been there for a while, you will get used to that. So that's.
But will your interpretation of
any sound.
middle C
Yes.
be the same as,
Because over time, if you're an opera singer, you will learn how you interpret middle C.
okay.
Yeah, so I think that's bunk. Now, if you're a person who just grew the hair and you have to get used to it, or you had damage to your ear and now your pinna, this is what this is called, your external ear, your
Oh,
pinna.
how do you spell that?
Pinna.
For all the crossword fans out there, now you know.
If your pinna changes shape, then you
Yeah.
have to get used to a new interpretation of the spectrum.
Ah.
And you can play with that. So, like, I was just talking to my friend Andy, who works at Bose, and we were talking about, like, fun, cheap, mechanical hearing aid ideas. And we were thinking of a headband, and it's easy to get, we can give this away for free because, like, this is so cheap. But basically, you have a headband that has little, like, ears on it that push your ears like this. And if you go like this with your ears, you will hear better. Right now, like, you'll hear better. It'll be
Yeah,
louder,
yeah.
but only in the direction that you're looking.
Okay.
So, like, really great for restaurants.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's all sorts of things you can do with pinna shape
Ah.
that will both amplify and also distort sounds. This is what we're going to be talking about on our couch.
Well,
Pandas.
I mean, I feel like people, I've been doing a lot of, as you know, and, some of you may follow us on LinkedIn and maybe you saw some of that. I was doing a lot of playing around with ChatGPT, or as I call him, Peter Alicia, and exploring its ability to assist in our thinking. And it was very useful, this exploration.
Yeah. Carmen wanted to talk to it about Cuba and the possibility.
We started off weeks ago talking about Cuba.
Yeah.
So there's all these countries in the world. And
In December, you started talking.
in December, there's all these countries in the world that have social or political instability.
Yeah.
And yet many of them don't explode, become a crisis,
Yeah.
don't threaten the government or whatever. And that is one of the perennial problems of intelligence analysis. As you said it once, people want there to be a rule, a little formula you can follow. If X is this and Y is that, the country's going to blow up. And people make, contractors, evil contractors, make tens of millions of dollars selling. What are you pointing at me?
Because you're making the really important point that they really think it's a math problem.
They think it's a math
And
problem.
It's
right.
so fucking annoying.
It
Because
is.
It's not a math problem. Like,
No.
no mathematician can solve this.
No.
This is social stuff. People are harder than that.
Yes, of course they are.
Duh.
But when you tell rational linear thinkers this, they think you're the problem.
They think that you're being a soft thinker.
Yeah.
And
that
you're
you're
too
yeah,
naive.
and you're
that you don't
naive,
understand
and I
it,
don't
that-
understand it
and
exactly.
that's why you have to. Yes, I know. It's
So I was playing with Chat or
irritating.
Peter Alicia, and so I was at first we were talking about Cuba, where they're having extraordinary for them inflation and food shortages of every kind. And so lots of people are expecting the Cuban government to go down any moment. And so we were trying to, with Peter Alicia's help, and we meaning a few other analysts, were trying to understand what eventually Peter Alicia apparently invented the term rupture dynamics.
and wouldn't cop to. By
And-
the way, would not admit that. It
Actually,
invented
it's a term that exists in geology or earthquake studies.
Yeah.
But he, as best as we can tell, brought it over and decided to apply it.
without saying anything like.
Without,
By the way.
By
I
the
made this
way,
up."
this is all new,
Just like a drunk graduate student.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And so, but it was fascinating because there's a lot of great metaphor and great kind of ways of thinking about social dynamics and waves that you can tease out of rupture dynamics.
Yeah.
So we started talking about Cuba. Then Then I asked Peter Alicia to compare Cuba to Iran, because another place where everything's blowing up in terms of public protests. And
But remember,
yes,
every time. So the thing I'm always trying to point out here is that Peter Alicia is as insightful as Carmen is, and only as insightful as Carmen is. In other words, Peter Alicia will say something sort of obvious or basically spell out a longer description of Carmen's argument. And then Carmen will say, well, what about this? And he'll say, oh, yes. So besides porting over that term from geology or whatever it was, or geophysics, I feel like the insight is yours, but he helps spell it out.
Well, I think what Peter Alicia does is, I think the relationship is more back and forth. So Peter will say a bunch of stuff, and then I'll read it, and then I'll say to myself, oh, what's really interesting about what he said is this.
Right, you pick out the interesting thing.
And Peter doesn't actually know which of what he said was really interesting.
That's why there's so many words.
That's why he just spits it all out, and then I go, oh, third paragraph, third indent. I like to use the word indent for bullet. Third indent. Now that's interesting, and then he'll go, oh yeah, let me tell you more about it, right?
Like I thought so too.
I thought exactly.
He compliments himself by saying, that's a really
Oh,
interesting.
well
that's
spotted.
Really crucial,
well spotted. That was a. Well, he didn't present it originally as the crucial point,
I didn't think of it at all. In fact, I just randomly spit out some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
but once you, the human, notice something.
He decides to compliment you, but really he's complimenting himself.
Yes, exactly. Now, to get back to Iran, when I was in LA...
I like that you use indent for bullet.
Yeah.
Is that because it's like a more peaceful term?
I hadn't thought of it, but I just like using it a lot more than bullet.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's an, I always say, well, as an indent under your point.
Yeah.
That's
like a
which is a better way than saying, well, let me... add to, I don't know. I just find it a fun word. And you know why I do it? Because nobody else does it, and it's mine. And as soon as somebody starts doing it, I'll stop doing it. Because it's been ruined. That is exactly how I...
Which is also why you never wanted Pandas playing cello to go mainstream, because then it's ruined.
It would be ruined.
Yeah, I get it.
Although,
it has to be a little bit underground, like an underground newspaper.
A few more subscriptions wouldn't hurt, Let me just say that.
Well, no, Carmen's goal is to get to 1,000.
Yes.
And then once you're there, to teeter around 1,000 and not go much above that, because that's my understanding of your psychology.
I guess. Yeah.
But are we gonna quit when we get to 1,000?
No.
Okay.
Well, we'll quit when it's a natural time to quit.
Yeah.
When,
Yeah, but hopefully we won't quit if we go mainstream.
Well, there's that. Yeah. You get picked up by somebody.
Turns out we're the new View.
The View without makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
wow.
would be nice.
That's
That would be
amazing.
nice.
Oh my God. All right. Well, let me finish what I was saying about Iran.
I just have to say, indent.
Yeah.
That's the kind of language that if there were a Department of Peace as compared to the Department of War.
Oh yeah.
Everyone in the Department of Peace would be talking about indents.
Indents
and there would
instead
be
of bullets
rules around it, and it would drive both of us
Why
nuts.
do we call them bullets?
Why do we say any of that stuff?
I have no idea.
Like the everything. I mean, everything feels
all
like
of
it's
it.
war
All
language.
of this language is sports language or military language.
Yeah. Well, so you answered your own question. It's mail-ordered systems that we are in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in LA,
we should call them nipples. In the first of 3 nipples. I mean, men have nipples, but they're less sort of obvious generally.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Iran.
That is too funny.
Iran.
But I'm thinking of a dot inside a bigger circle.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's just awesome. Okay, so piece of information here. In LA, everybody is Iranian American, apparently. I mean, they're just everywhere. There's a lot of them. So the person who did my makeup was Iranian American, and then a showrunner kind of person was also Iranian American. So when I finished the taping and I walked out, the two of them were talking about how they're trying to call their uncles in Iran to try to figure out if there's anything going on in Iran.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, tell me more. And they go, well, I've got an uncle. And when we call them, they go, most of what you see on the YouTube videos is not true. So they're all fakes.
They're all fakes?
Well, most of them are fakes.
Yeah, wow.
The ones that are overly dramatic apparently
yeah.
are fake.
Yeah.
And so finally I said, okay, since you're talking to your uncles, tell me, is anything actually going on in Iran?
Are you guys just walking around?
And they said,
everything's good?
no, we think there's something going on, but you can't trust any of the videos.
Well,
So, no, it used to be,
I believe that.
I believe it too. It used to be that a picture was worth 1,000 words.
Well-
and now today a picture is worth like 1,000 lies.
Well,
That's
and
what
so-
it is.
And this, okay, this has to go in whatever book we end up do. I want to do a question answer book about intelligence analysis with Carmen.
Okay,
I
well,
want to ask Carmen questions about intelligence analysis and have her answer them. One of the questions I'm going to ask you is, Carmen, with OSINT, just like the whole idea of open source intelligence and how valuable it is, how is it not also even more valuable to understand in OSINT in terms of cognitive warfare? Like, it seems like even more valuable to know that those are fakes and know that people are
Exactly,
going to be influenced
exactly.
by it. Like, what are people influenced by? They're influenced by OSINT.
and,
That's what
and,
people are
well,
saying.
and we have a president who is completely influenced by OSINT.
Well, we
And-
all should be.
and will-
That's what's in the world. I mean, people
But he
should
will,
understand.
but
what-
he will share indiscriminately anything
yes,
that comes out
Yes.
that catches his attention.
of course.
And like, for
Everything
example,
he says is public knowledge, and
Yes.
but I mean, what I'm saying is, like, why shouldn't intelligence professionals be experts in those things, and maybe even more so
well,
than
I mean, it seems to me like that's almost like intelligence analysis 101 now.
well, right? It should
Because,
be.
you know, the world, what's the right word?
is it actually intelligence analysis 101?
No, it's not. It's still seen as an add-on.
Right.
By
And
almost
so
all
it
agencies.
seems irresponsible.
It is irresponsible.
To not know what people are being influenced by, which is not.
It's
not classified
totally,
information.
it's totally
By
irres-
definition.
That's right. It's totally
what are you thinking?
irresponsible.
Yeah, okay.
But that's, you know, I mean, but there's a intelligence industrial complex. There is, and it's very big. Not as big as the military one, but big, and they're having a hard time making the same amount of money off of
Yes.
open source exploitation tools.
But there's so much money to be made.
Yes.
I mean, if you can really use AI or use your wits to understand
Right.
cognitive warfare,
Absolutely.
there's so much money to be made. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
Yeah.
you know, like on the Venezuela caper, and I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
Oh,
Well,
you wanted to get back to Iran.
No, I did get back to Iran.
Okay,
I
good.
told you
Wait,
about the uncles.
yes.
The
okay,
uncles.
Right.
So that-
right. That's the whole.
We're done.
Done
Done
with
on
that.
Iran.
Okay.
So now
Venezuela.
moving there. Okay, so the picture that came out immediately after the operation, which I guess occurred on Saturday.
Or Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Yeah, there was a picture everywhere. Everybody was posting of the Venezuelan guy Maduro. Is that his-
Maduro.
Maduro. That's actually Maduro would be
Well,
the
the
Spanish
Spanish way.
spelling. Yeah, Maduro, which by the way means ripe in Spanish.
Low-hanging fruit.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's not bad. Anyway, so there was a picture of him wearing like a blue sports coat, a white shirt, and there were two heavily armed camo uniformed guys on either side of him escorting him away from the plane. And that was bandied about. Did you see that picture?
Yeah.
It's a picture of him being
But
captured.
I also read the analysis where they
Totally
said
fake.
fake.
Totally fake.
Yeah.
Now I when I saw it, I thought, well, this is fake.
I know. I also felt like there was something off about it.
Well,
I didn't
I mean,
know how to do the analysis. But I felt,
Well, though, I think the military guy, as we were looking at it on his right, had on total military camo outfit, and then he had on a little like a badge or logo that said DEA, and I went, oh no,
that would not
DEA, no DEA guy goes around
doing this.
walking like that was a thing, identifying him as DEA. That is stupid. It's like if you've
Yeah.
seen the movie Zero Dark 30.
Yeah. This
And
is
the
who to be
analyst
mad at.
and the analyst shows up. I think she's showing up at the U.S. embassy in Pakistan, and the guy that meets her is her CIA boss, and he's walking around with a little thing that says CIA.
By the way.
And as soon as that happened, that was it for me in that movie. I thought, and that happens pretty early on. I go, this is really effing stupid. You know, nobody does that. So, for the record, for those of you who care, I don't read spy fiction, and I rarely watch spy movies. The I did watch Argo. So, for example, I've never seen an episode of Homeland, ever,
I have, and I had to stop watching it.
ever. I've never seen it.
So hard.
There's a new show out right now with Gary Sinise
Was that
about
about the lawyer who ends
the
up
horses, about the.
I don't know. I don't watch
There,
that.
I mean,
stuff.
I haven't watched it either, but my friends who are former colleagues love that show, so I may look for it at some point. But the year that Zero Dark 30 and Argo both came out, I went to the theaters to see them both. I thought Zero Dark 30 was stupid and, in most ways didn't really depict intelligence work very well at all. Argo, I recognized as the CIA that I had worked in, wanting to be competent, but often inept.
And sometimes lucky.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Sometimes lucky.
Yeah.
And you may feel that you're disappointed. That's your taxpayer dollars at work. But I actually think that's about as good as you're going to get at such a high friction, low margin kind of business. It's like really hard to do. And that little window of success that you're aiming for is very small.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not,
I think people get more upset. I mean, so I'm always the outsider with keen interest in trying to understand what the heck is going on in the intelligence community. But, and why? Because to most people, it's just like, oh my God, what are they doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, and what is the value? And why are you keeping the secrets? Like, it really might be valuable to your unexplained
There was a
episode
whole
to speak
thread
about that.
That I was reading somewhere among my, I don't know, LinkedIn colleagues, and there was a whole, like 15 or 20 former colleagues who had all left the agency and were CIA and were waxing rhapsodically about the hot dog machine on the ground floor and how disappointed they were when the catering got rid of that hot dog machine because it was a lifesaver when they had to pull a late night shift. And I remember reading it and going, we need the American public to see this because that's, we're like normal people for the most part. I know there are some weirdos, but there's weirdos everywhere. And we just happen to have a job that's a little odder than more unusual than most
but
jobs.
people don't understand why it's necessary. This is why
Yeah,
I'm always
well-
begging for
No, and I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Because there's all these shows out there that show like, oh, it's really necessary because we go out and randomly kill people.
It's dark and ugly and horrible.
And it's
and,
like, oh gosh, well that sounds like
and what I don't
necessary but horrible.
But see, the point I make is, and the point I made when I was talking in LA about top secret projects is, there's a whole lot of top secret projects that are carried out by private industry.
Yeah.
In the sense that they decide, oh, here's a brilliant idea.
They have their own proprietary security
Let's
clearance.
create a social media environment that manipulates human emotions. Sounds great. Let's go for it. We can make billions of dollars on this.
You couldn't do any better influencing the country from in the CIA at all. Like
Yes.
that is a powerful.
And nobody, the public doesn't rise up in arms. Unhappy about the secrecy. I mean, artificial intelligence is a huge
Intelligence
experiment
gathering
on
mission.
on humans.
Yeah, and it's
And
also intelligence
TikTok,
gathering. Yeah.
and
also
all this
intelligence
stuff.
gathering. It's all intelligence gathering.
nobody,
it's just that it doesn't go to CIA. It goes
Yes,
to
as long
Apple.
as it goes to
Amazon.
anybody
It
else,
goes to-
it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you trust more with your secrets? Me? Or some, I don't know.
Zuckerberg.
Yes, there you go. Me or Zuckerberg. I mean, let's get real.
But the argument is, okay, so here, I'm sorry, you know me, you know that I agree with you, but you and I are both interested in holding up the other side of the argument.
Yes.
For argument's sake. The argument could be, well, actually, maybe Zuckerberg, because he has a lot more to lose in terms of money. Because if all you acknowledge as being important is money,
Yeah.
Zuckerberg has more to lose by messing with your secrets than you at CIA, because your salaries are so different.
Yes.
But the key thing is when we live in a world of greed and all that matters is money, etc., and sort of material success from the outside, we don't acknowledge that in fact there's this piece that matters to you at the level of like your soul,
Yes.
which is like your commitment
Right.
and your mission
Right.
and your connection to other human beings and trying to make a more humane world.
Right.
And because we don't acknowledge those things as real
Well,
or
you know-
important or successful, it's like people say, oh, actually, Zuckerberg has more to lose.
You know, one of the things ultimately that I like to say about, well, one of the things I like to say about the CIA mission and who are we serving. And I say this with some sentimentality, but also honesty, is that ultimately our customer, whom we are serving, is the American people. And we cannot lose sight of that.
Well, but
that's
it's easy when it's
yeah,
an organization that focuses
it's-
on the rest of the world.
It's very easy, but
Yeah.
our customer is the American people. And I'll be the first to admit that there have been a lot of senior officials at CIA who probably never thought about it that way,
yeah.
and for whom that is an alien concept.
And who, I mean, you know, as I explore in my book, I mean, there has been unethical.
I'm looking for a copy to hold up because
Oh, yeah.
we don't do marketing well.
No, we don't. I forgot it. I brought a book. I can go get it and we'll cut it in. But
We don't do that well either.
no, I know. Well, all right, I'll run and go get it. But
No.
whatever. Have a nice disclosure.
Yeah.
But as I explore in the latter part of my book, we know that there's been unethical and probably illegal testing within the United States by intelligence community. I'm not going to label CIA because I don't know for sure, but by intelligence community folks, certainly explored by the CIA, and kids, and that's like even more appalling than the stuff that was done to adults.
Yeah.
So I'm agreeing with you. If people saw the CIA like you see CIA, it would be a better organization, and it's up for a lot of reform. I mean, I think.
Well,
I think
we'd be having a better level, a better quality conversation about it.
Yeah, and people wouldn't be drawn to these shows, or
Yeah.
maybe they'd be drawn to them, but I don't think they would exist as much. Where it's like, no, we're really badass,
Yeah.
badass, and it's like, all I'm seeing is that you're really good at like breaking rules and not keeping the peace. And in my view, what CIA is supposed to be doing is keeping us out of war because you're figuring out what's going on
Right. Yeah.
in the world. Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like
Anyway.
I feel like we're coming to the end of this
We are. Should we do
rambling
predictions?
conversation. But I wanted to say one thing.
Yes.
In 2013, I was talking to a Swedish journalist at South by Southwest, and the guy says to me, because Elon Musk was making, I think it's 2013, so you can check the records, but it was the year that Elon Musk made a pop-up appearance at South by.
Oh, wow.
And I was talking to the Swedish journalist at the same time.
And that's on YouTube? Like you can watch that?
No,
it's not.
he was just interviewing me,
Okay.
in an analog kind of way. And he said to me, what I think about Elon Musk, I think he's a Bond supervillain. And I was like, oh my goodness. He said it, and I thought, wow, that was pretty spot on,
Wow.
kind of in the way he acts,
Yeah, and his behavior.
his behavior.
Yeah, he has, I don't know. From the outside, you can't really diagnose anyone, right?
No.
I mean, even they say only psychiatrists can diagnose someone, but really, even psychiatrists can't really diagnose anyone. When you're not inside someone, you don't know what's going on, period.
Right.
But from the outside, I would guess he's a wounded animal.
Well, we all are wounded.
Yeah.
I have a friend who says we're all on the same struggle bus.
That's right. We're all on
Yeah.
the same struggle bus. And
Yeah.
he's dealing with the struggle bus in ways that we don't like, which are egoic, tons of hubris,
Yeah.
ignoring the value of human beings, ignoring people he doesn't like or listen to, wanting to have total control. like, and he's almost a trillionaire. So, but
That's,
you know
I
what?
think
Let's
we-
end with that.
Okay.
Let's end with that, because that is the key thing. We keep saying like, well, you can't control these trillionaires. They're basically the ones in charge. And like, yeah, that's basically true in terms of some superficial sense. But what even trillionaires cannot control is the power of love.
Ooh.
So that's 2026, the love revolution.
1 year, you're going to be right. And I hope it is this year.
It's going to be this year because I have to just keep saying that.
Okay, absolutely.
Love revolution.
Yeah.
Because where people realize, like, actually love is an actual physical force that has power like electricity.
Right.
So also you can read about that in my book. You know what we'll do is I'll put a snapshot of the book in the
Yeah.
end.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and so we get scared of these people because we start to think they have all this control over us. But if we can focus in on our birthright, which is to connect with love,
Yeah.
I swear it's powerful. And he can learn it too. Alon, you
Yeah.
can learn it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I do feel, I'm 71 now, and I do feel that my attitude toward the world and my life has become more loving with
I'm
every
sure.
passing year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think
And I think our goal should be when our time comes to move on to whatever it is we move on to, is to feel at that moment kind of your ultimate love.
that reminds me of the beautiful poem about Ithaca.
Yes, that's a gorgeous poem, and we should put it
We'll
here.
put that we'll put
It's
it over the
such a
screen as
beautiful
we're
poem.
talking, because I know that you don't have to look at us.
Yeah,
But that poem, just take a moment, pause it, and
and
look
read
at
it because it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like almost I think it's the perfect poem.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right. Well,
All right. Well,
again, totally unscripted.
and by the way, if someone ever scripted this, like that would be a bad script writer because it's way too rambling.
Thumbs up. See you guys.
Happy 2026.